The sun rises over a northern Ontario city. The city slowly wakes up and gets ready for the day. Work, school, all the things that make up the day in a busy city. While the city slept, a special group of men and women were awake, watching and protecting, working to keep the city safe, being there whenever needed. As the overnight shift draws to a close, morning roll call begins. The cycle of service continues. Hello, Anine. My name is Constable Grant Dokis, a proud member of my Ojibwe community of Dokis First Nation. I've been a police officer for over 21 years with the Greater Sudbury Police Service, 8 years of which was with the tactical unit. But more importantly, for the last 6 years, I've been the Aboriginal Liaison Officer. As Aboriginal people move into cities, it is important to have Native officers in police services, as we understand the culture, values, and way of life of the First Nation people.
Hi, my name is Joshua Rickard. I'm 22 years old, I'm from Serpent River First Nation, and I've recently been hired on with the Greater Sudbury Police Service.
My name's Constable Mark McLeod. I've been a member of the North Bay Police Service for the past 9 years. As a member of the Nipissing First Nations Band in North Bay, I also teach the Native Awareness Program at Canada College and the Police Foundations Program.
I'm Constable Peggy Watson of the Timiskaming Shores Police.
Hi, my name is Vicki Tisdale. I'm a Detective Constable with the North Bay Police Service.
My name is Tony Chilton. I'm a proud member of the Moose Cree First Nation in Moose Factory, Ontario. I've been employed by the Timmins Police Service in Timmins, Ontario as a police constable for 6 years.
My name is Larry Baxter. I'm from Fort Hope, Ontario, also known as Abboting First Nation. I currently work for the Thunder Bay Police Service as the Aboriginal Liaison Officer.
My name is Angela Thompson. I've been employed with the Greater Sudbury Police Service as a civilian for 2 years now. I'm originally part of the Mi'kmaq heritage from Indian Island, and that's in New Brunswick.
Working in Sudbury gives me the opportunity to not only work with Aboriginal people, but also with other ethnic cultures. As a police officer, I'm able to take advantage of a competitive salary with benefits, excellent insurance and pension plans, and the chance to work in a number of specialty branches with opportunities for career advancement.
There was a time that my neighbor was a member of the North Bay Police Service, and I spoke with him with regards to policing. I did have an opportunity to see him leave on a call with lights and sirens. It was at that time that I became hooked and I knew I wanted to be a police officer.
I've been working with Timiskaming Shores Police for the last 7 years. I'm Ojibwe. My ancestry is Ojibwe. I'm from Fort Hope, Ontario, which is now Ebmatung. It is a reserve way up north. It's a remote reserve. You have to fly in. When I was younger, I wanted to be a police officer because my dad was.
When I was 17 years old, I needed a couple of credits in high school to graduate. I went to see the cooperative education teacher at the time who told me that there is a position open as a co-op student with the Anishinaabe Police Service in Moose Factory. I applied, I went in for the interview, and thankfully I got it. From that point on, I got to see the everyday role of police officers, how they help the community, dealing with different types of people every day. The whole nature of the day where there was never anything that ever happened that was the same. That's how I got interested in policing at that time.
My first 2 weeks hired on with the Greater Sudbury Police Service has started with an orientation for 2 weeks.
Bending over, I want to bring him down to the ground.
That'll prepare me to go to Ontario Police College.
Once hired on with the North Bay Police Service, I attended the Ontario Police College in Elmer, Ontario for a 12-week training session. It was very enjoyable. Had a number of courses from criminal code to Highway Traffic Act to police vehicle pursuits to defensive tactics, the fire range. It's a great time to be there. It's enjoyable. You meet a lot of great friends, people that I still keep in contact with today. And if I ever had the opportunity to go back, I would do it again.
I had primary concerns about going in. I'm only 5'3". Gone are the days when you had to be 6 foot or better to be hired. It was different 12 years ago coming in as a female. It was different 12 years ago coming in as a Native.
One of the things when I was down in police college that I found quite difficult was the traffic class, where we had to learn about the Highway Traffic Act here in the province of Ontario. And the reason why I found it so difficult actually is quite funny. we had the reserve where I grew up in the Moose Factory, Ontario. The Highway Traffic Act didn't apply, and I started driving an actual motor vehicle when I was 14 years old, driving by the police, and the only laws I really knew was stopping at stop signs, obeying the speed limit, which was also enforced by my parents. And the reason why I found it tough is because I didn't know the other rules, so I had to apply myself more. But with the help of my classmates, my teachers, as well as the support from my family, I managed to get through that difficult time and graduate from the police college. My past 6 years of employment with the Timmins Police Service and all the experience that I have gained during that time has enabled me to move on within the police department down to the Criminal Investigation Division, which is basically investigating a lot of the major crimes that do happen within the city of Timmins, such as major thefts, break and enter rings, major frauds, robberies, armed robberies, and at sometimes homicides if they ever do come up that we do have to investigate.
As a member of the North Bay Police Service, I've been able to compete in Canadian law enforcement games as well as World Police and Fire games throughout Canada and the United States. I've won the Canadian Championship 4 years in a row, and I've placed in the top 10 within the World Police and Fire games. I feel that as a member of a small police service within Northern Ontario, it's a great attribute to not only the North Bay Police Service but Northern Ontario to be able to compete against the world's best.
As a communicator, our role entails answering regular police lines, 911 calls, regular fire lines as well, and we dispatch for police and for the fire department.
I myself, for Thunder Bay Police, chose to get into the Aboriginal Liaison Unit because I felt that there was a need for the Thunder Bay Police to go in a different direction in terms of trying to build relations with the Aboriginal community.
Anyone that I've talked to, older police officers or even people just coming in, it's not the big drama about making a difference or saving the world. It's just about being able to give something back.
I enjoy the rush of the call. I enjoy the rush of the unknown. I give anybody, if you have an opportunity to be a member of an emergency response team, to definitely take a try at it, and I think that you'll enjoy it as much as I do.
I just love my job and helping people, and it's different, and I can see myself doing this until I can, and if I can't, then I'll just pass my knowledge on to the younger people. So.
I would definitely recommend this position to anybody who's looking into policing, perhaps somebody who's not interested in front line, like the officers. As a communicator, you're definitely a vital part of the service. It allows you to be very assertive. It helps you gain confidence because you're continually faced with situations that you might not have thought you were able to deal with before.
There have been some hurdles along the way, and I think you're going to find that regardless of where you work, and it's going to be about who you are. And I think Native people are particularly proud to start with. I think if you put that pride into your work, you'll be able to go places specifically in policing if that's the field you choose.
This is a career made for Aboriginal people. We deal with stress well. We have great sense of humor. We have many qualities of a police officer.
Even after 21 years of service, this is still the only thing I really want to do. Given the chance, I wouldn't change a thing. It's like being part of a family where there is teamwork and support. I'm proud to have graduated from the Ontario Police College so many years ago, and seeing young Native people choosing police services as a career makes it all worthwhile.
You know, as long as you put your mind to it and you go out there and you do everything that you can to try to get to your goal, things will come simple.
Another day ends, but through the dark hours, the men and women of the police services are there. New and experienced officers, always ready when needed, working together to keep the community safe.